Hey Catrice, I'm making that quick video that Kristen has discussed with you, so let's jump right into it. To log into WordPress, the first thing we need to do is put in the login URL, which is that there. So I'll click enter, and that will take me to a login page. So from this page, I've set you up with Catrice and Schomburg. I'll just type it in again. Capital S. And once logged in, that brings us to the WordPress dashboard. So you can see up here, G'day Catrice. From here you could log out. And so what we need to do next is look at navigating to the pages that you can see here. Now you can click on all pages, or you could just click there, it's the same thing. So let's do that. So on this page we have a list of all of the pages that we have built so far, and they're arranged in alphabetical order. You can see Adelaide moving down to B to C, etc. When you get to the bottom here, there's a little right arrow here, and it'll take you through multiple pages all the way to the end. So coming back up, we'll just start with Adelaide. How do we edit this page? Clicking on Adelaide will bring up the page to edit the Adelaide page. Now, you might want to leave this whole page here of this list just for ease of use. So what I'll do is I'll right click on Adelaide and go to open a new tab. So you've still got this page available, but what we've done is opened up the page to edit the Adelaide page. We'll also right click on view here. So we've got three tabs now. We've got the pages and we've got two pages, one to edit and one to actually view the front end of the Adelaide page. So we'll just wait for those to load. Well, the edit page has loaded now. So what have we got here? Just dismiss that. So what does the edit page look like? In this Fusion Builder section here, this is where all the content for the web page in terms of words is put. So this is where we'll be focusing. Still loading, I'll come back in a sec. Okay, so the page is loaded in Fusion Builder. You can see that there's these blue bars here, edit slider, remove slider, and these blue bars containers. So these are kind of the framework that I've used to build the content of each page. So you can see here, Adelaide, the best free things to see and do, the 5th most populated area in Australia. So going and having a look at this other tab where we are viewing the front end of the website, and just give it a second to load in, we'll see a mirror image of what I just said then. Adelaide, the best free things to see and do, the 5th most populated area in Australia. So to edit this component, we just, I probably should have talked through that, sorry. Go back. So clicking on this edit element here, not this one, but actually on the words, that's the edit that you want to click on. And then from there, we can see that we're into the text now. So you're free to go in and click edit. It's just like Microsoft Word. Go through and make any changes that you see fit. And then once you've done that, I'll just remove that. Once it's done, click on save. and that now would be updated with new text. Now it's not actually saved into the database yet. There's one final step, which is to update the page here. Now you could do it straight away so that that's locked in, or you could go along and edit another one, another text block. Still nothing would be saved. It would be saved within the container, such as this one and this one, but if you refresh the page, it would be lost. It actually needs to be saved into the database by clicking the update button. So yeah, that's that. Moving on. Yeah, just going down through the list and finding all of these bits of copy, which will always relate to the page here. Now, once you have updated the page, you could then refresh your browser. So up here, your browser might be a little bit different. You can also press Control and F5. That would also refresh a web browser to refresh the page. Then you would actually be able to see the changes that you make on the front end of the website for all of these bits of copy. So that's essentially it. I've just paused the video, come back. I've loaded up a page which has a link in it. You can see here this big lagoon is underlined and is a different color. Sometimes I put in hyperlinks so that people can open up a external web page which reveals more information. So if you're editing, just know that that is a link. I don't think you'd need to actually change any of those. If you do need to see that comma just there, you can see that the link is one color and the comma is not another color. If you were to actually try and edit this, sometimes it all becomes one color. If I go up into text here and click on that, you're kind of going into the code of the link now. So you can see within this pristine environment can be found at and Big Lagoon, with off-road caravans showing up here from time to time. You can see that the comma is just outside of the code. So I don't want to confuse you too much, but all you need to know is that to the right of this chevron is outside the code. There's the word which is the link, and back up here at the other end of the code with the left hand or the left arrow chevron, that's the other side. So can be found at space Big Lagoon, comma. So it's important to have the spacing between those elements. As I said, you may not need to know that, but you can always refer back to this video if you think that there is some punctuation, etc. with any of the links. You're free to change the here is just, see these chevrons, the right hand chevron, the left hand chevron. So that text in there, it really is just text. Over here is just text, and from there backwards is just text. So you're free to edit those areas. Anything other than that in this area does not, well, you should just leave it alone because it's code. So yeah, happy for you to know that you can change anything in those areas.